Rightio, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Court 2 here at the Hobart Aquatic Centre, the CMAS 4th Age Group World Championships. We're looking at the under-19 women for Canada lining up against a strong under-19 ladies New Zealand team as the clock counts down for the last 15 seconds. You can see the players all ready and raring to go. The refs are in position. And day 4 is kicking off here in Tasmania. I'm pretty excited. I'm sure you guys are back at home as well. My apologies if my voice is a little bit croaky, but I am definitely sick of the sound of it. Hopefully you guys aren't yet. And as you can see, the players kick off the wall and swim in for the strike. Looks like the Kiwis are going to take that strike, and again, they flick it straight over to the far side of the court. In a nice little initial move there. You can see them rocking and rolling with the Canadian ladies. On the far side, a lot of attacking pressure coming from New Zealand early as they really drive in numbers on that far left-hand side of the court, left-hand attacking side for them as it's all the way onto the tray. The Canadians are in a pretty bad bottom position, but amazingly managed to defend that goal. So, you know, really getting out of jail free there as the Kiwis meet the Canadian defenders and quickly recycle that puck back onto the tray. The puck's in the yellow section. And it looks to me like a good flick without any sort of contact with anyone there. So that's going to be goal number 1 for the Kiwi Under-19 team. As you can see, the Kiwi fans in the stands there getting amongst it, getting involved. Not too much of a cheer, though. So if anyone can get a message to those guys to give those young Under-19 New Zealand ladies a proper cheer when they score that goal, that'd be awesome. I'm definitely cheering them from the commentary box here this morning. Not that you guys probably care, but Tassie weather today, fairly overcast, quite cold last night. I have no idea what temperature it is outside, and that's probably all I say about the weather as we see the New Zealand ladies kick off again and really get a big advantage, basically because the Canadian ladies, I think, were just too slow getting to the park, or maybe just didn't hear the buzzer go as they kick off. For that strike, the Kiwis driving the near side wall now and right underneath the subman side of the Canadian ladies. They flick a quick puck to an awaiting forward and another nice flick onto the tray. Unfortunately, the Canadian lady doesn't seem to me like she actually managed to knock that down. The referees have confirmed that's a goal, number 4 for New Zealand. So I'll just get the name there as I move my coffee mug. It's a little bit hard with a broken leg, my apologies. Jordan Ross, number 4 for Kiwi. Under-19 ladies team has scored that second goal, and if I could get the number of the first lady, I'll just ask the officials what number that was. I'll try and tell you that in a bit. But 2-0, the New Zealand ladies leading the Canadian under-19 ladies as again you can see them vigorously swimming at that puck. The Canadians are much faster this time to meet them there. But again, the Kiwis just establish a lot of attacking pressure on the Canadian ladies as that Kiwi forward does a really nice, I believe it's called a, I'm trying to remember the Kiwi word for a swerve here. The referees have called up an infringement. I think it might be a dummy, a really nice dummy from that Kiwi forward, but unfortunately for her, the referees called a foul against New Zealand, and it will be a Canadian advantage puck. As they set up with at least 4 people behind the puck, an interesting tactic coming out of defence. They crash into that Kiwi front line. The Kiwis managed to regain possession and basically drive it straight at the Canadian structure there, straight in the centre channel. They're close enough to goal that they're, they got a lot of advantage there. But again, the buzzer has gone. We'll see what the referees say as the Kiwis try and get a quick sub in. It is going to be against the New Zealand ladies here. Canadians are going to have another free puck. And at the moment, with the first 3 and a bit minutes of this first half over, Kiwis basically dominating the attacking side of this game. The Canadians having to do a lot of defending as we see the play, again, just sort of driven out there by the Kiwis to that far side wall. They come around the outside of the Canadian structure. The Canadians meet them there right on the tray, but that New Zealand forward just manages to get her body in a good position. I believe that was cap number 13 for New Zealand. Going to go with Talia Vince there with goal number 3. Oh, my apologies. That was actually number 11 for New Zealand. Paris Henna. Apologies if I've pronounced that last name wrong there, Paris. But very nice goal there. Very nice swim. And a really nice finish off under a fair bit of pressure from the Canadian last defender there. First 4 minutes of this game are gone now, and the New Zealanders have jumped out to an early lead and really establishing early dominance on the Canadian ladies. You can see the Kiwis sort of taking it out to the left and then quickly bringing it back over to the right. You can see their players really nicely set up to anticipate that movement of the puck. It's probably something that these ladies have practiced a fair bit. You can see their structure just sort of sliding left and right as the lady on the puck decides which way it's going to go. The Canadians have regained possession. They are driving it back into the defensive left-hand corner. You can see a lot of rotations going on at the moment. The Kiwis up a couple of seconds, then back down as they drive it back on a 45 and again into the goals. The puck has gone into the goals, but unfortunately for the New Zealand ladies, the referee has seen a bit of gloving. It's going to be a advantage puck for Canada against New Zealand. A nice passage of play there, though, by the Kiwis. They can take a lot of positives out of this game so far. They're definitely not rushing. I think the Canadian coach is calling a timeout here. You can see the Canadian sub bench is empty. So I think the Canadian ladies might actually be playing with only 6 in the water. So unfortunately for them, with no subs, no way of getting fresh players in the water. I'm just going to wait and count the heads again just to make sure I haven't fed you guys a gherkin. But it looks to me like, yes, there is only 6 players there in that little huddle they've got going. They have called a timeout here, and you can see there's only 6 Canadians. So no way of getting a fresh player in the water when they get tired. So they're just going to have to suck it up and see this full 30 minutes out in the water. Obviously, the Kiwis have got 4 subs. So they will be able to sub when their players get really tired, obviously, and they will definitely have a big energy advantage on the Canadian ladies. As you can see that early on in this game, the Kiwis have really established a lot of good attacking moves. A lot of clean puck, a lot of clean possession going on there by the New Zealand ladies, and it's definitely paying dividends at the moment as this game reconvenes. The Canadians take that advantage puck, and the Kiwis are quick to chop it down and take it over to that far side of the court. Again, they get over there, kind of draw the Canadians over to that far side, and then recycle that puck quickly on a nice sort of square swerve straight back into the centre channel with fast, strong swimmers all around the park. That's goal being put in there. The referees have confirmed that's goal number 4 for the Kiwis as we're waiting to see which number New Zealand lady scored that goal. I think that was number 12 there. Olivia Dorr scores goal number 4. A very nice team goal. Olivia being in a very nice position and finishing it off with a well-executed flick. Well-weighted, Olivia, because the puck just sort of landed right in the corner of that tray in that yellow section. That's pretty much where you want it to go. Not too low, not too high. Again, as we see the girls kick off, and the Canadians look like they came out of the back wall pretty quick there. So meeting the Kiwis at the same time on the puck as the puck comes over the near side wall. The Canadians doing a good job of controlling the possession at the moment. You can see that number 5 Canadian lady ran the puck over to the near side of the court, maintaining possession. Didn't try and push that puck through the Kiwi defender or the Kiwi opposition lady too quickly. That was Emmy Nadeau who made that run as the Kiwis get another huge breakaway. She's swimming very hard and basically just drills that puck into the tray. Didn't even bother flicking it, ladies and gents, as we still wait for the number. I couldn't quite get the cap there, but she was swimming her little heart out there and really did have a good break on all of the Canadian defenders as they streamed back to try and catch her. I believe that was Paris Henna again. So very nice goal there, Paris. In the right spot to basically just get out in space behind that Canadian defence. And once she was running, there was no stopping her. So well done, Paris, as the 5th goal for New Zealand goes in the tin. We're just over... just coming up to the halfway mark in this first half as the Canadians regain possession, but under pressure by the Kiwis straight away as the right forward for New Zealand gets good park and swims it all the way down that near side court with a nice flick into the centre channel with 2 more Kiwi ladies just hitting that park only against one Canadian defender. So when the numerical advantage is like that, particularly when all those Kiwi ladies were in really good bottom position, there was very little chance that Canadian defender was going to be able to do any kind of quality defence. She would have had to come up with something pretty special to stop that goal from going in. And number 5, Tessa Timms finishes goal number 6 off for New Zealand. 8 minutes gone, 7 minutes to go in this first half, and New Zealand just quickly running out to a big lead, establishing a lot of attacking pressure. Really haven't had to do any defending at the moment. They're defending by attacking, as you can see there. They just go straight through the Canadian structure and a couple of good flicks by the Kiwi forwards, and they're in clear water again as they run another goal straight into the tray. Again, we'll wait to see what number that was as the Kiwis just come up. There's not too many high fives. I think it was number 7 for the Kiwis. Grace Driscoll scoring that 7th goal for New Zealand, and not too many high fives getting thrown around by Grace there as she hit the surface with her other 2 Kiwi forwards. Just keeping it reserved, keeping it real, keeping it calm. I wouldn't mind seeing a bit of a high five every now and again, Grace, so maybe just a bit of a fist pump or a little bit of a come on, Leighton Hewitt style. I know that's an Australian thing to do, but I'm sure you can come up with your Kiwi version of that if you would like to. I will certainly call it on the commentary if you do it in a later game. So when you're watching this replay later, just have a think about how many high fives you want to throw out there. Just be careful not to poke anyone in the eye as you're doing it. As again, the game continues, and the Canadians getting some good puck at the moment on that far side. The Kiwis get the puck back now, and again they just start to drive in numbers. You could see there was the lady with the puck, and then one Kiwi attacker either side of us. So they're just consistently establishing good drives, good lines, lots of numbers around the park in good position. The Canadians have got an advantage puck at the moment. Really like to see these Canadian ladies just sort of try and swim that puck into some space. Doesn't really matter where that space is. They just got to find it and get the puck or get a player with a puck into it. Don't flick it to the Kiwis and just sort of try and establish some kind of or try and dictate movements of play that use the puck through their team members as the Kiwis get that puck back and again drive through that centre channel a little bit out to the right-hand side as they drive that centre channel. They're running in numbers. There's a desperate defender from the Canadians just got to get him back there and making that Kiwi lady turn. Unfortunately, she turned, gave it back to another defender who was, another New Zealander who was in a very good position, flicked it forward again, and number 4, I believe, for the Kiwis has finished that goal. My apologies, I got it wrong again. Number 2, Alicia Samuel scores goal number 8 as the Kiwis are doing a lot of flag wagging up there and getting involved. As you can see, there's a good turnout at the Hobart Aquatic Centre this morning for New Zealand. Not expecting too many Canadian people in Hobart, Tasmania, but you never know. The sneaky Canucks living in Hobart might come down here and support their country. As we've got a kick out for Canada, so they do have now. They've got no players in the sub bench and 1 player in the sin bin. So unfortunately for them, they are going to have to do it tough now for at least a minute as there's a time out. It looks to me, I just can't quite see that Canadian lady's number here. She's getting her breath back though, and when she rejoins the game, I'm sure she'll establish. There you go, number 9 for Canada. So Alexis Snyder is going to spend a minute in the bin. My apologies, I was talking about Canadian supporters, and I didn't see the foul that the referees indicated for Alexis Snyder to be sin bin there as the game reconvenes. Kiwis getting early possession and driving this near side of the court. You can see there good structure the Kiwis have got around the park, and the Canadians having to do a lot of hard work again with 1 person down. 4 minutes to go in this half as the play continues right underneath the sub-bench side for the Canadians in deep defence there. Buzzer goes again as the players come up. The referee's indicating that it's a stick infringement with a little lazy stick infringement indicator there by the ref, just sort of like a little bit of a limp wrist type indicator as he pushes the New Zealand ladies back, and the Canadian ladies get another advantage puck in deep defence. Looks like they are going to drive this near side of the court, left-hand wall for them, trying to just sort of keep that puck off the Kiwis. You can see how much pressure the New Zealand ladies are applying. They've got a lot of consistent numbers on the bottom as the Canadians just sort of rock and roll that puck, moving it left and right, trying to find some space as the Kiwis regain possession and just swim that puck all the way around that stacked sort of near side court area where the Canadians have put all their numbers. They basically just managed to find that space and get that puck back into the goal with a good, strong swim there by number 12, I believe, for New Zealand, Olivia Dorr, scoring goal number 9 for the Kiwis. So they are literally flying at the moment. Canadians, unfortunately, trying their heart out, obviously, but just not having the defensive answers they need against this onslaught the Kiwi under-19 ladies are subjecting them to at the moment. You can see both teams coming in again at the puck. And I don't know if you've noticed, but the referees actually keep their hands up like that out of the water just to indicate that there is nothing wrong going on in the game, I guess, to the chief referee. They put their hands back in the water when the puck is touched by the first player. So off we go, far side of the court. See, the Canadians are doing a good job of holding the Kiwi ladies up at the moment. They do have their work cut out for them. As you can see there, the Kiwi ladies just sort of finding a bit of space. They came off the wall and then sort of straightened up, threw a dummy, went for a swim, and then basically just went for a full court square switch. Mostly swung by that near side off play there by the Kiwis. They hit that near side wall, brought it straight back into the middle to the numbers, recycling the puck at the moment into the centre channel. Canadians doing good defence, getting some puck and trying to drive that puck out, but a reverse curl by the Kiwis keeps possession with them. That early flick just sort of sent it straight at the Canadians, or straight to the awaiting Canadian defenders. As you can see, they managed to defend that puck, and unfortunately that next Canadian lady that got that puck, she just sort of tried to drive that puck on an angle that was sort of too straight, swimming too forward, not sideways enough, and she managed to get engaged by that Kiwi competitor, or opponent, I should say, and the puck went from a controlled possession puck for Canada to a contested puck, and then quite quickly to a clear possessed puck by the Kiwis, as the Kiwis again drive on that diagonal 45, putting so much pressure on the Canadian defenders. You can see there their last defender just had to swim it all the way to the back corner. One Kiwi in there mixing it up with two Canadian defenders, but the Canadians just are not trying to take that puck out of the corner. The Kiwis will, and they just rip it out and drive that back wall with a quick little wrist flick, trying to get it in behind that Canadian defender, but she manages to maintain good bottom position, gathering that puck up with a nice little knockdown, and her support ended up driving it back into the corner there. The Kiwis, again, very quick to counter-attack, just trying to really force that puck down the wall. As you can see, that Kiwi attacker just sort of with a really nice reverse curl. She ripped it off the wall, did a real tight reverse curl, drove it straight at the tray, put the puck in the tray, but the referee is saying no goal for gloving. Unfortunately for the Kiwis, it won't be goal number 10 this time, as the Canadians get a let out of jail free card again, and they get an advantaged puck in their defensive quarter line here. A tough game for the Canadians. The Kiwis are basically relentless in the kind of pressure they're applying, and I'm sure they'll be keen to get as many goals on the board as they can as they progress through towards the second round robin in this Age Group World Championships. We have hit half time. You can see the Canadian supporters have turned up now, and they're getting involved. They're giving their girls a cheer, and that's awesome to see as the players swap ends. Each team has got 3 minutes to have a breath. You can see the Kiwi ladies all sitting up on the wall, getting in a good position for the coach to give them a team chat. Canadians are all choosing to go to the sub bench and get those water bottles in their heads in the sub bench. So just over 2 minutes to go in this half-time break there. I can't imagine the Kiwi coach is going to have anything but a few positive words, and you can see the Kiwi girls there looking pretty relaxed, and so would I be if I was 9-0 up at half-time. Canadian ladies doing a valiant effort against a very well-drilled, very energetic and very strong under-19 Kiwi lady team here. Quick shout-out to our sponsors. I'd like to thank Six Alegua Underwater Hockey Gear and Shark Underwater Hockey Equipment for being two underwater hockey equipment suppliers that have been major sponsors for this, the fourth CMAS Age Group World Champions here in Hobart, Tasmania. I'd also like to thank Najad Fins, depending on how you say it. Amazing fins. You can see a lot of players in there playing with these fins, getting a lot of good quality swims using those fins. Lots of speed, lots of manoeuvrability, and they do last a long time as well. Also, anecdotally, they are very easy to do the penguin walk-in. Some of the larger fins, which are also pretty good there. Not so easy to do the penguin walk, but because of the small length of those Najado fins and the material, the way that they sort of flick up at the end of the fin, they're very easy to do the penguin and the backward penguin. So for those of you that love to spend a fair bit of time in the sin bin, you might want to think about buying a pair of Najado fins, because they are certainly easy to wear when you get out of the pool and you have to waddle to those comfy seats when you go for a minute or two in the bin. As we count down the last minute at half time, I'd like to thank Poco People for making the logos for this competition. I'd also like to thank a special shout out to Lee Marie Stinson for her amazing logo that she designed, which is the logo you'll see that's the logo of the competition, the 2 underwater hockey sticks, white and black with the green and gold eels wrapped around it. There is some merchandise, some hoodies that you can buy. If you want to buy those off the website, you're most welcome to, and I'm sure the competition organisers would be happy about that if you did. We've got 15 seconds to go, and I'll just pump out a couple more sponsors. Wing & Co. doing all the catering here for the volunteers, commentators and officials. Delicious food all round. Vertex Sports Equipment that have provided the uniforms for a lot of us here. City of Hobart, Tasmanian State Government, Tourism Tasmania, and lastly, Events Tasmania. Thank you very much, sponsors, for all your help. Those last 3 or 4 being our major sponsors as the game reconvenes and the Kiwis hit that puck going 100 miles an hour straight through the middle of the Canadians. You can see there they had about a body length and a half on the Canadians. A big breakaway goal there. Essentially, countries that play underwater hockey would call that play the Kiwis just implemented, as number 12 gets the credit for that goal for the Kiwis. So we are looking at a very nice goal there for Olivia Dorr, again scoring for the Kiwis. Goal number 10, so she puts the Kiwis into double figures. That play the Kiwis just implemented there with a lot of energy was, well, in Australia we call it the spear play. I think the South Africans call it a bullet. I have heard people call it an arrow. You get the picture. It's essentially just a straight shot straight down the pool in numbers. Normally no one is supposed to come up, and they try and keep that puck in the centre of that arrow bullet structure, as again the Kiwis drive around the left-hand side of their attack. And goal number 11 is going in the bin now with, I'm pretty sure that was a clean goal. The referees have confirmed that for me, so we'll wait and see which player scored that. I think it was number 2 there. We'll just wait and get the confirmation. So number 2 for the Kiwis, Alicia, I think it's Alicia. I'm going to go with that. Samuel scored that goal number 11 for them. And they have really come out of the box kicking hard, swimming hard. And maybe the coach for the New Zealand under-19 ladies really did put the wind up a bit. And maybe he's just seen that they've been backing off and he wanted them to swim this game out to the finish. As again, they just win that strike by a country mile. And I can't help but think that if we look at how the Canadians swam out there, they definitely just swam out there together. They weren't trying to win that strike. They were just kind of pedaling back, maintaining their structure as the buzzer goes. So not a bad defensive tactic by the Canadian ladies. It is definitely a priority, in my opinion, to maintain your structure, maintain your position off each other as you swim out. Even if you are going to lose that strike by half the court, you're better off having all of your players behind the puck, in between the puck and your defensive tray, or your defensive goal, I should say. The far side of the court's getting a good workout. As you can see, the advantage puck was taken there, and the Kiwis again pressing or putting a lot of attacking pressure on the Canadian ladies. The puck getting driven all the way back to that defensive far side corner there for the Canadians. You can see the Canadian player just holding that puck in the corner as the referees chuck their hands up and call another infringement. It's going to be a stick foul, or for those of us in Australia, thank you, Rachel, a chopping infringement. So the Canadians will get pushed back, and the Kiwi ladies will get an advantage puck on their right-hand attacking side, very close to the Canadian defensive goal. You can see they're all sort of on the bottom. The New Zealanders have got 4 behind the puck, I think, or maybe that was even 5, with only 1 in the structure of the Canadian defence. They sort of flick that puck over to the left and then quickly recycle it back into the middle, just trying to draw some Canadian defenders off their line before trying to shove it through that centre channel. Not a bad crack at it actually by the New Zealand ladies, as they just get the puck to the corner of the tray, and the Canadian defence just managed to keep that puck out of the goal as it goes straight back to the goal, though, with a really quick the Canadians defended it. The Kiwis are very quick to get back on the park, as we see goal number 12 for the New Zealanders, scored by number 7, Grace Driscoll. Well done, Grace, for goal number 12. I guess what I was doing a bad job of telling you guys about was that the Canadian defenders did a good job of defending that initial push by the Kiwi ladies. The Kiwi ladies got the puck to the left-hand side of the tray. They managed to clear it out that back wall, but unfortunately there was a Kiwi lady just sort of close enough to the puck and in a good bottom position to rip that puck off that lady from Canada that was clearing it. And then she did a really good job of just getting that puck onto that line that was a 40, that allowed a 45 swim by the Kiwis, as we can see them swimming around the outside now of a lot of those Canadian players down this near side wall. Yeah, so they just got that puck on a 45 line off the goals and allowed another awaiting Kiwi to just swim it straight in there, just sort of pick her line, went around the Canadians, and in that goal, number 12 went. The buzzer goes, and thankfully the Canadians, the buzzer went. The refs have seen an infringement on the New Zealand girls. You could see the New Zealand girls setting up for another strong swim on the goals there. They had at least 2, maybe 3 people around the park, which has been a pretty consistently displayed, pretty consistently executed by the Kiwis. They have good numbers around the park as they just cut down that unfortunate line the Canadian lady chose to flick that puck on, and again just reassert a lot of pressure on the Canadian defence. The Kiwi ladies seemingly just sort of trying to work the Canadians over the left here, and then as we've seen in a couple of the goals they've scored, they're going to rip that puck over and quickly drill it back into the centre. You can see them taking it all the way over to the right-hand side or towards the right-hand side, but still in the middle. There's a nice reverse curl, goes to an awaiting Kiwi attacker, and that puck has ended up in the tray. Good numbers by the Kiwi girls. Again, goal number 13 confirmed, scored by number 12, Olivia Dorr. I think that's at least Olivia's 3rd goal. I've probably got the numbers wrong here. She's probably got even more than that. She's a fast swimmer and looking very energetic in that pool as the Kiwis get some fresh people in the water. 9 minutes to go. 13 goals up New Zealand to 0 for Canada. I'd really like to see the Canadian ladies try and lift and just try and establish some kind of attacking pressure on these Kiwi girls. They're just sort of letting them off the hook and allowing them to assert, basically any kind of attacking dominance they like. I'd like to see the Canadian ladies try and lift, try and get there on the bottom together, get that puck, get good puck possession, and just try and drive that puck on a line that draws the the New Zealand structure away from where they've initially set up, allowing them to just sort of get a bit of attacking momentum. As again, we can see the Kiwi ladies regain possession and drive that puck down the right-hand side of the centre channel. In the puck goes in the tray. A good swim there. I would not be surprised if that was Olivia Dorr again. Goal number 14 for the Kiwis, and no, that was actually number 7. Good swim by Grace Driscoll there for goal number 14. Again, not Grace's first goal either. And 8 minutes to go in this second half of a very one-sided affair, as the Kiwi ladies looking relentless in their onslaught onto the Canadian under-19 ladies. I really hope, as I said before, the Canadian ladies can find some energy in the tank to just lift and just give it back to these Kiwi girls that are playing so well and playing such a very tight, well-drilled team game at the moment. As the Canadian defender does a nice curl and manages to sort of semi-clear that puck out to the left. But again, the Kiwis have got the puck back. That puck is again in the centre channel, and it goes all the way to the corner of the tray. Quickly recycled, lots of black bathers down. I think the Canadians, they initially did a good job of trying to get that puck out, but the referee on the near side here is pumping his fist up and down. The referee on the other side of on the far side of the court there had signalled a goal. So I'm assuming that they are going to call that a goal and not a 2-on-1. You can see the Kiwi ladies swimming back to the sub bench, and their players that are going to sub with them are already on the back wall. The Canadians, obviously, we can't forget, have no subs. So you can imagine how hard it is in there for these ladies. No subs at all, and against a very energetic New Zealand team with a full contingent of 10 players. So 4 subs as there's a timeout called by the Canadians. You see the Kiwi ladies getting back up onto that that boom end of the court there. A very definitive and dominant display here by the New Zealand under-19 ladies. Really not being put under much pressure at all by the Canadian ladies. Unfortunately, we do have to remember though that there is sometimes there is a lot of there's a lot of dynamics in the under-19 division, because you can have a player that's 18 that may have played one or two worlds before, and you can also have players that are 15 or younger having come to their first world. So a lot of these players do get the benefit of playing quite young and learning a lot of good lessons, even if those lessons come delivered by definitive defeats. But as I always say, and I know a lot of sportsmen do say this, that you always learn a lot more from losing a game than you do from winning. And I'm sure there's lots of quality lessons that the Canadians can take out of this game today, as we see the game reconvene with just over 6 minutes to go. The Canadians winning this strike. Well done to that Canadian lady who really got the bit between her teeth there and just basically attacked the Kiwis by herself, as her team was about a body and a half length behind. The Kiwis quick to recycle that puck out to the far side of the court. And again, going a good drive with lots of black bathers on the bottom, lots of numbers. Big swim here by the Kiwis. It's going to go in the tray again, unfortunately, for Canada. As goal number 16 gets confirmed for the Kiwis, and I think that's player number 7, Grace Driscoll again, scoring goal number 16. Well done, Grace. Another nice swim. Another good goal. It was a good initial attack there by the Canadians. Their centre, I'm not sure if the Canadians call it that, but the Australians definitely do. The person that went out for the strike won that strike. She was kind of on her own. She attacked anyway, which was a very brave move, as the I think the Kiwi coach has now called a timeout. Attacked through the centre by herself. The Kiwis were quick to take the puck out to the far side and sort of bring it around the Canadians. Unfortunately, I think the Canadian defence just got caught really square. You could see as the Kiwis swam that puck into the goal, there wasn't really any defenders in any good position to try and get that puck off the line, off the stick of that New Zealand forward. I think it was Grace that scored number 16. So definitely something for the Canadian ladies to work on as they progress through this competition. Just under 10 seconds to go now until we start this game, and just under 6 minutes to go in this game in total. A very dominant under-19 New Zealand team leading the Canadian under-19 team 16-0. As you can see, the strike occurs again, and this time the Kiwis win it by about half a body length. The Canadians meet them there in the centre of the pool pretty quickly. Kiwis doing a good job of maintaining possession and just absorbing that pressure, not kind of overextending their body position at all, not trying to push the puck through any Canadian, opposition players that are on the bottom in a good position. As again, they go for a nice drive down that far side. Puck has ended up in the tray again. That is going to be goal number 17 for the New Zealanders. Number 2 this time for New Zealand. Again, Alicia Samuel scores goal number 17. Well done, Alicia. For the 17th goal, the Kiwis have scored this time. And just under 5 minutes to go now. You can see the Kiwi supporters there just giving themselves a wave, getting the flags going, get the New Zealand pride on show. It's good to see, with a lot of those supporters wearing the New Zealand paraphernalia clothing. The Canadians doing the same, having a good cheer and getting involved. So it's good to see the crowd still happy as this game is drawing to a close. The Kiwis, another big drive. They really aren't going to take their foot off the gas at all in this game. Another goal number 18 for the Kiwis. That's number 11 there. So Paris Hanar. Apologies, Paris. I'm pretty sure I can pronounce your first name right, but I'm having trouble with the last name. And hopefully I've got it right. But anyway, Paris, another goal for you. Goal number 19 for New Zealand, I'm pretty sure. Unless, I'm not sure if those numbers just changed or not. I'll wait and see. But anyway, another goal for Paris and another very nice, strong swim. And these Kiwi ladies are definitely going to go for 20 or more in this game, which is going to be a whole bucket load of goals, to put it plainly, as the Canadian ladies just put a little bit of attacking pressure on the Kiwis before they regain possession. And again take it out to that right-hand side. The New Zealand under-19 ladies, as the referees give an advantage puck to Canada and against the Kiwis, the New Zealand under-19 ladies have consistently been able to find a lot of space and relieve a lot of pressure left and right square of their team structure. So I know the girls play 2-3-1 most of the time, and they certainly are able to just take that puck out wide as they find a bit of space straight down the middle, straight to their awaiting forward. She goes on a good, strong swim with a pair of Nijado fins there, I'm pretty sure. And the Black Bathers, all that support, kicking hard to try and catch up with her. Unfortunately for the Kiwis, the Canadians did do a good job of defending that. That's number 5 there for Canada. Emmy Nadu doing a really nice defensive effort there, taking the puck all the way into the corner as the Kiwis again get that puck on a 45 from that near side wall there. And the buzzer has gone, and it is going to be a stick infringement against the Kiwis this time. The Canadians getting a little bit of a reprieve, and they're going to have an advantage puck right near their sub-bench. And I know I've mentioned it before in this game, but that sub-bench is completely empty. So I will have to, a tip of the hat to the Canadian ladies for putting in a valiant effort with 4 less players than the Kiwis have. The Kiwis certainly haven't taken their foot off the gas at all here as they again attack the tray on a nice line there, a good little flick. And the Canadian lady has managed to take that puck a fair way off the other side of the tray. So she did an excellent job there of cutting down that flick with a good knockdown. Obviously, the referees were happy with it. It was all stick and no glove. She was literally under a lot of pressure there by a lot of Black Bathers. A lot of Kiwi ladies were around her, and she came up with something special to clear that puck. So well done to that Canadian defender as the Kiwis attack that tray again with a big flick that just goes straight into the goal. So goal number 19 for the New Zealanders. That's number 12 again. Number 12 has got a full stack of goals. Olivia Dorr scoring goal number 19 for the Kiwis. Tell you what, these under-19 New Zealand ladies must have had some good food last night at the Ridges Hotel, because they are certainly showing a lot of energy this morning. They would have had to get up early to play this first game, so they've obviously done a good job of eating those carbs and getting their heads down and getting some quality sleep as this game kicks off again with just around a minute to go now. First game of the day on day 4 in the 4th CMAS Age Group World Championships here at the Doon Kennedy Hobart Aquatic Centre. I'd like to give a quick shout out to all the volunteers, officials and referees who are doing an amazing job and volunteering their time to make this competition what it is for these young and very committed, very fit athletes that are on display here at the tournament over the next 5 or 6 days, and that have been showing us just how good they are. Showing us just how much competition, competitive effort, I guess the word I'm looking for, they are willing to put into this comp. And I'm sure these ladies and gents have committed a lot of time into training over the past 6 to 8 months prior to this comp. 30 seconds to go now as the Kiwis get some good puck over this centre channel, and they swim it straight at the awaiting last Canadian defender. A good flick, trying to get it through to that Kiwi attacker that was sitting on the other side of the defender, but a good defensive job there by the Canadian lady to stop that puck going through, and the Canadians managed to clear it before again the Kiwis just grab that puck off the wall and swim it straight back to the centre channel. And in the tin it goes with 3 seconds to go, but unfortunately it's going to be a no goal from the referee. Those New Zealand ladies won't be happy with that. The Canadians are cheering that the Kiwi ladies doesn't look like they're going to get their 20th goal for this game. So, they just have to settle with 19 instead of 20. But the Canadians will be pretty happy with that, as the last 3 seconds is about to get called. The Canadians with an advantage puck. And 1 second to go, and there we go. The game is over. A well fought out 30 minutes there by the Canadian ladies, who were seriously outmatched in this case by a very well drilled and very energetic and determined under-19 New Zealand ladies team. So they'll get together now and give each other a cheer. And congratulations to both teams for a really nice game. Obviously pretty one-sided, but I'm sure the Canadian ladies will hold their heads up high and be pretty proud of the amount of effort they put into this game. Anyway, that's it for me for this first game. We'll try and get some people out on the court to chat to these ladies. But that will be on the court number 1 microphone. We're going to have to do some technical adjustments to court number 2. So that's it from me, and I'll chat to you guys soon. Cheers.